So, this play is called the Twelfth Night, or What You Will. That name has a deeper meaning or whatever, but it's not important. Actually, people don't really care about half the name, and people are so lazy now that it's just called the Twelfth Night. To start our story, here's a boat. Some of our main characters are on this boat, namely the brother and sister duo Viola and Sebastian. Oh no, now it's sinking. And Sebastian and Antonio die. But Viola survives. She wakes up on the shore of a country called Illyria. She then decides the only reasonable thing to do is disguise herself as a man and become a page for the Duke. Now, the Duke is in love with Lady Olivia and wants to marry her, but Olivia's brother died, so now she is sad. So sad that in fact she proclaims that she won't show her face for 7 years, and she won't marry Orsino, the Duke. That makes Orsino upset, so he sends Cesario to profess his love to Olivia, because that worked the first 20 times, right Orsino? Wait a minute, who's Cesario? You probably aren't asking yourself, because we all read the play and know who Cesario is. It's Viola, dressed as a dude. So Cesario, aka Viola, runs off to Olivia's. Then we meet some of our side characters, Sir Toby, Olivia's uncle, Sir Andrew, Toby's buddy, Maria, Olivia's servant, and Feste, a jester. They aren't really important yet, so let's go back to Cesario. He meets up with Olivia and tells her that the Duke loves her, and she should love him back. Olivia refuses, so Cesario leaves Olivia.
Are you okay?
Now we go back to the shore. Remember those two guys, Sebastian and Antonio? Surprise, they aren't dead. They decide they need to go into town, but Antonio's a wanted man in Illyria, so he didn't want to go, but it turns out he really likes Sebastian, and risks it anyway. Sir Toby and Sir Andrew come home drunk and start singing with Feste, and Malvolio, being his generally serious self, gets mad at Sir Toby and Sir Andrew for being too loud.
Well, how rude of some people!
After Malvolio leaves, Maria thinks up a prank to screw with Malvolio, an anonymous love letter that asks him to wear an outfit, basically making him look like Ronald McDonald. Malvolio believes it and follows the instructions, as he thinks that Olivia wrote the note, and that she loves him. However, Olivia doesn't love him, she loves Cesario. Also at the same time, Antonio and Sebastian make their way into Illyria. Antonio gives some money to Sebastian to be able to buy some stuff because he likes him, in a totally platonic way. Back to Malvolio. He finally meets with Olivia, and after one look at him, she thinks he's crazy and sends him to be held in a jail cell. Outside, Sir Andrew challenges Cesario to a duel for Olivia's hand in marriage. But before they can fight, Antonio bursts in, mistaking Cesario for Sebastian, and then is swiftly arrested. Knowing he needs to pay bail, he asks Cesario for his purse back, but Cesario doesn't have the purse, nor does he even know who Antonio is. Thinking that Sebastian is just pretending to not know him, he is dragged away, heartbroken and betrayed.
What are you in for? Everything.
After everyone leaves, Feste goes back out to find Cesario. Once he finds him, he brings him back to Olivia's house. The only thing is, it's not Cesario, it's Sebastian. Olivia pulls Sebastian inside her house, thinking he's Cesario. They hang out for a while, then get married. Shortly after, Feste is dressed up as a priest, trying to convince Malvolio, who is still in the jail cell, that he is in fact crazy, but Malvolio won't budge and insists he is sane. We then cut to the Duke and Cesario, talking with some police officers, holding Antonio. Antonio then lashes out at Cesario, still thinking that he is Sebastian and that Sebastian betrayed him. Olivia then enters, talking to Cesario as if he is her husband. Angered by this betrayal, Orsino threatens to kill Cesario. Cesario basically tells the Duke that this bitch is crazy. Suddenly, Sir Andrew walks in, calling for a doctor, saying that Cesario beat him up. Now everyone is confused, considering that Cesario has been right in front of them the whole time. Then Sebastian walks up behind them, apologizing to Olivia for beating up Sir Andrew. He then recognizes Antonio, and cries out about how happy he is to see him, while everyone else just stares at him and Cesario. The two of them lock eyes and proceed to question each other. Finally, they believe that they both have found their lost sibling. Sebastian and Viola are finally reunited. Cesario then reveals himself to be Viola, a woman. The Duke then decides, of course, to marry Viola, even though he really doesn't know her and thought she was a dude up until like 3 minutes ago. Duke Orsino then announces the double wedding for him and Viola, with Sebastian and Olivia. And they all live happily ever after, except Malvolio, who probably now has lasting psychological damage.